Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we have another weekly update on the sealant test that we are currently running on this test panel. So yeah, we have the 5 sealants. This is the second wash. Normally I'd say it's the 2-week update. It's kind of like the 3-week update if I'm honest, because it was a week until we even did the first rinse test. Then we did the first wash last week. That was actually the 2 weeks. So yeah, just keep it even on the products. I'm gonna call this the 3-week update. So this is the 5 products we are testing out here. So we got Gtechniq C2V3, Bowden's own bead machine, Lithium Ceramic Slam, Mirch Bead King, and lastly, IGL Premier. So those 5 products all applied onto this panel. It has been left outside and I don't know if it's gonna come through on the camera, but it is really dusty at the moment. Yeah, like I don't know what happened. Like it looks like there's like a bird fight happened near it because there's like feathers and stuff on there, but yeah, super dusty, so definitely needs a wash. So let's start off by rinsing. Always interesting to see if there's any change just in the rinsing stage. At this stage of the test, I don't expect there to be. So a nice little rinse down. We'll get our wash mitt out. I'll pull my sleeve up a little bit. Got some CarPro Reset. So I'll give this a nice contact wash. Okay, so I just finished washing that. It's been about, I don't know, about 45 seconds. And I know I don't do chemical resistance testing on this channel because I just don't really think it's the most important thing. But if that's your thing, interestingly, when washing, the Mirch has actually basically like rejected the soap off. It's already run itself off. And I know it's not the most hydrophobic. When we flood it, it's not the fastest to sheet the water off, but IGL kind of was, and it's still got the soap sort of running into it. If you look at this Mirch section, it's basically dried. So yeah, that would lead me to believe that it's probably the most chemical resistant. So if we were to spray chemicals on, it would, yeah, probably resist them the best. All the other ones are still covered in suds. So yeah, pretty interesting. But we'll go ahead, rinse that soap off. And we'll make sure we're very thorough doing that. Keep it nice and even. You don't want to leave any residue that's left in any of the sections. Okay, so now I was going to go through and try and flood each section. So starting off with this Gtechniq. You can see we are very close to being able to flood that entire section. And the water will run off pretty quick. But yeah, not the most hydrophobic product, if I'm honest. Just compare that to the Bowden's, which is right next to it. We hold that hose there. There's no way we can even get close to flooding that entire section. So, yeah, there's a bit of a difference there. The Bowden's, if you guys have been watching for a while, is the current winner in these tests. So it's gone through a few other products. I already know what to expect from it. So lithium. Still super hydrophobic. We're not able to flood that or even get close to it. So yeah, that one looking very nice. Come over to the Mirch. So the Mirch isn't as hydrophobic as some of the others, but it's not really far off it. I've talked to the guys at Mirch, and they said they tried to make the product Bead King. They tried to make it sort of cover all areas. They wanted to have gloss, depth, chemical resistance, durability, water behaviour. So they didn't really focus on any one particular thing. They just made it kind of an all-rounder. So yeah, so far it's looking to be the case. And lastly, the IGL. Now this one has been extremely hydrophobic and very impressive water behaviour. Just look at the way that water hits it. There is no chance in flooding that one anytime soon. So that water runs straight off. So I'll just move the camera back. I'll zoom out and I'll just go over all of them so you guys can see. So, I mean, as you go over that, you can clearly see the way that water runs off the Gtechniq. So it pulls up. Doesn't really pull up on any other ones, including the Mirch. It's pretty similar to the Lithium and the Bowden. Just say just a tiny step behind it. But yeah, the Gtechniq doesn't have the most impressive water behaviour. It's not that hydrophobic. Which I didn't expect at all. I didn't know that I expected it to be very hydrophobic, but people just recommend it. It must be for its durability or something, I guess. So that's what we're going to find out, I guess. Now let's move on to our bead test. Okay, so I just blow dried the entire thing just so we can get the hose into the mist function and just try and lightly cover it, get some beads going. There we go. So now swap over cameras and yeah, we'll come in with the GoPro and we'll just have a look at these close up. So starting off the IGL. Now really, this one, very, very nice, like incredibly nice tight beads. Same with the Mirch. Not really too much of a difference going on between any of them as I work my way across. Probably went a little bit more heavy-handed with the hose over this side, but yeah, so next up the Lithium, also very, very nice. So you can see tape line there where there is no product. That was also dry, so with the hose misting over or a light bit of rain, yeah, there's the difference between the products and nothing. So yeah, this one here we have the Bowdens, also really nice. And lastly, the Gtechniq. So I mean the Gtechniq already not giving me perfectly nice round beads. They're a little bit odd shaped. You can see in some spots. So comparing that to the Bowdens, you can see a bit of a difference. I don't believe that was the case in our first wash. So that's going to be something for me to keep an eye on, I guess, as this test goes on. If that, maybe that was what they were already like. But I'm pretty sure I remember it just not being the most hydrophobic, but the beads still being perfectly round like the others. So let me just grab the hose again. And what I like to do to really test this out is hold the hose on and look at the way the water reacts. You can see this IGL has impressed me every time I do this. Let go, and the water is gone. And some of these larger beads that I've collected. Very, very nice. Next up, the Mirch. So the Mirch, yeah, still looking really good. It's not, I don't know if I thought it was worse, like less hydrophobic than what it is, but That's looking really good to me. It's a little bit of a difference between the IGL, but yeah, I kind of thought there was more in it than that. So yeah, the Mirch looking really good too. And some of these larger beads. Come over to the lithium now. So lithium, very, very nice. And we'll let go of that. Water disappears. Some of the large beads. I just want to compare the lithium to the Mirch now, so I'm just going to go. Yeah, I don't know if there's really anything in that. Confused because I feel like the Mirch wasn't looking that hydrophobic. Maybe it's just, yeah, a little bit in there, but I don't know. I kind of thought it was a clear step behind. Not, you know, not a huge step, but a step behind the lithium and the Bowdens, but not so much. Here we have the Bowdens. So you all know, if you've been watching, what this stuff does. Very, very hydrophobic. Maybe what's happened is the lithium's not looking as good as what it did, and the Mirch is kind of caught up. I know I keep going back over here, but yeah, I don't know. These three are all looking really close. IGL is definitely the most hydrophobic, you can see. But yeah, okay. I know I keep going back and forth on this, but this is generally the second wash video is the one I look back on at the very end to sort of decide what the water behaviour was like at about 2 weeks and then what it was like at about 2 months. So I sort of checked those two videos back. So I just wanted to really go over that. And then the Gtechniq, as you can see, still super hydrophobic, but not quite on the level of the Bowden. So look at the way the water reacts there, and look at the way the water reacts there. Is that something you're going to notice if you just have the Gtechniq on your car? No, but when you have them next to each other like this, it is something that you do notice. So as you can see, when I let go of the water, it takes, you know, that little second for that to run away, whereas over here, yeah, that's the difference there. And there's some other beads for you of the Gtechniq. So yeah, there you go, guys. 5 different products, 3 weeks in, 2 washes, all looking pretty good. Yeah, I mean, no real changes. I guess a little bit from the Gtechniq. Yeah, I'm getting a bad feeling that one's going to start failing. It's kind of looking how some others have at about the 2 to 3 week mark previously, and then they've been gone by about the 5 week mark. So I'm hoping that's not the case, because this stuff was extremely highly recommended. Or is it just that it's just not that hydrophobic of a product compared to these others, and it will just continue lasting like that? I guess we're going to find out, but let me know if you're one of the people who use the Gtechniq and recommended it. If this looks about what you get the same on your sort of car, and if you're testing it or whatever, I'm interested to hear that. But I am going to end this video there, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. There will be another update in another week, so keep an eye out for that. Subscribe if you're not already to keep up to date with that video and any other videos that I've filmed, because we've got plenty more coming on the channel. Actually, lots coming, lots in the plans for this channel. So yeah, if you guys are keen for that, then definitely click the subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And with all that said, I'll catch you guys next time.